Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're taking a closer look at the digital world,
Okay.
specifically search engines and apps,
Sounds good.
and how they really work behind the scenes.
Yeah, we've got some
We got some awesome resources,
really cool sources for this one.
educational materials,
Yeah.
real-world examples.
I think this will be a good one.
Yeah, we're going to try to make this super practical and applicable to your everyday life.
Exactly.
So, we're going to be talking about how search results are presented and influenced,
Okay.
how to tell facts from fiction online,
Mm-hmm.
and even those tempting in-app purchases,
Yes.
and how influencers can really sway our opinions.
Definitely.
Ready to jump into it?
Let's do it.
All right, so let's start with something I think we all use every single day, search engines.
Okay.
Craving a delicious burger.
Yeah.
You type in Betty's Burger,
Love Betty's Burgers.
and boom, a list of results pops up.
Right.
But have you ever noticed that those first few results are often ads?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And they're not always the closest Betty's Burgers, or even the best rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because companies can actually pay to get those top spots.
Really?
Yeah, it's called advertising.
Huh.
And they want to make sure that their website is the first thing you see.
So it's not just about, finding the best burger.
It's not as simple as that.
It's about who's paying the most to be seen.
Exactly. And it goes even deeper than that.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of SEO?
SEO. Yeah, vaguely. I think it has something to do with keywords.
Yeah, keywords are a big part of it.
Yeah.
So SEO stands for search engine optimization.
Okay.
And it's all about getting those websites to rank higher in those search results.
So it's like a popularity contest.
It kind of is, yeah.
For websites.
Exactly. And the websites with the best SEO, they win.
So they're using specific keywords,
Mhm.
creating good content.
Mm-hmm. And even getting other websites to link back to them,
Wow.
all to climb those search engine rankings.
So it's not just about having a nice-looking website.
No.
You got to play the SEO game.
You got to know how to play the game.
Okay, so this is getting interesting because it makes you realize that those top results aren't always the most relevant or objective.
Right. And that's where it gets a little tricky.
Right.
Because SEO can be used ethically,
Uh-huh.
but some companies prioritize profit
Yeah.
over, actually providing accurate or useful information.
So we really have to be careful about just trusting those top results blindly.
Exactly. We need to be savvy searchers.
Right, like even those little snippets under the results.
Oh, yeah.
They seem helpful, but they could be carefully crafted
They can be totally manipulated.
to present a specific image.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is why it's so important to be able to think critically,
Mm-hmm.
evaluate the information we find online,
Yes.
and separate fact from fiction.
Our sources really emphasize this.
And there's a lot of fiction out there.
There is a ton.
It's not all gold that glitters online, right?
So-
So let's break this down. How can we tell the difference between, a fact, a belief, and an opinion?
Okay, so a fact is something that can be proven.
Okay.
Like the Earth revolves around the sun.
Okay, that's a good one.
A belief is something accepted as true
Right.
without any concrete proof.
Okay.
Like, believing in a certain superstition.
Okay.
And opinions are those personal judgments or preferences.
Right.
Like coffee is better than tea.
I agree with that one.
Or pizza is the best food ever.
Okay.
All of these things are swirling around online.
So it's a mess out there.
It's a jungle out there.
How do we sift through all of this, especially with so much content being shared and reshared all the time?
Right, and misinformation can spread so quickly, especially when websites use SEO
Right.
to push their content higher, regardless of whether it's actually true or not.
So they're using those same SEO tactics,
Exactly the same tactics.
but for maybe not so good intentions.
Yeah, and that's why we have to be extra vigilant.
So we have to be our own fact checkers.
In a way, yes.
Okay, so question everything.
Question everything.
Look for evidence.
Yes.
See if other reputable sources support the information.
Exactly.
Okay, I think we can do that.
I think so too.
All right, now let's move on to apps.
Okay.
We all have them on our phones.
Yes.
We've all been sucked into that one more level feeling, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But those special offers for Gems Extra Lives,
Mm-hmm.
that pop up constantly,
Yes.
those aren't just random, are they?
No, they are not random at all.
Okay, tell me more.
So our sources actually dive into the psychology behind these tactics.
Okay, interesting.
App developers use all sorts of techniques,
Mm-hmm.
like scarcity,
That's the
like limited time offer
Oh,
to
yeah.
create a sense of urgency
right.
or loss aversion.
Loss aversion.
Like, you're so close to winning, don't give up now.
Oh, that's so sneaky.
It is.
It's like they're playing with our emotions.
They're playing with our fear of missing out
Exactly.
and our desire for that instant gratification.
No wonder we get so caught up in the moment.
And it's a really effective business model
I bet.
because many free apps,
Yeah.
they actually rely on in-app purchases
To make money.
to generate revenue.
Okay, so they give you the game for free,
Mm-hmm.
but then they get you with these little purchases.
Precisely. And sometimes the design of the game itself
Yeah.
is actually manipulative, making
Uh-huh.
it really hard to progress
Without spending money.
without opening up that wallet.
Wow.
So it's not just about being aware of those offers,
Mm-hmm.
but understanding how the app is designed.
The intention behind it.
Exactly. And that can be especially important for younger users.
Definitely. So what can we do to protect ourselves and our kids?
I think it's all about setting limits,
Okay.
having open conversations about these tactics,
Uh-huh.
Understanding that these games are designed
To make you spend.
to encourage spending.
Okay, that's a good first step.
And hopefully that helps us make more informed choices.
Now, speaking of being influenced, let's talk about influencers.
Oh, okay.
These online personalities
Yes.
who seem to have the perfect life,
Perfect products.
and we might be tempted to buy something
Yeah,
based on their recommendation.
absolutely.
I mean, I know I've done that.
Influencer marketing is incredibly powerful.
Right.
They build trust with their audience,
Mm-hmm.
making their recommendations seem like friendly advice.
Right. It's like a friend suggesting something.
Exactly.
But we have to remember,
They're
they're being paid to do that.
often, yes, even if it's not explicitly stated.
So it blurs the line between genuine recommendation
Yes,
and advertising.
absolutely.
So how do we navigate this?
I think the key is to approach these recommendations with a critical eye.
Okay.
Ask yourself, do you really need that product?
Yeah.
Does it align with your values?
Your budget.
Exactly.
Your needs.
We need to think for ourselves.
Don't let those perfect online lives dictate our choices.
I love that.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot today. We've gone from search engines to apps
Yes.
to influencers.
A lot of ground covered.
And it's amazing how much goes on beneath the surface
Right.
of our digital world.
It's all interconnected.
Yeah. How do you make sense of all this? What stands out to you the most?
I think for me, it's the importance of being an active and critical consumer of information. Don't just accept everything at face value.
Question everything.
Question everything, research.
Yeah.
Make informed decisions.
Based on your own needs.
Based on your own values.
I think that's a great takeaway. So thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the digital world.
My pleasure.
Remember, knowledge is power. And stay curious out there.